Welcome back. Matthew Rogers from Johnson Wales University. You're a sophomore, right,
Yes,
Matthew?
I am.
Yeah. And we're glad he's from Virginia. I know that much, but I don't know where in Virginia it's. Anyway, Matthew's here, and he's got a great fall idea here. Everybody's probably heard of risotto, but this is different. This is pumpkin. So tell us what you're doing here.
All right, well, I got a, risotto is a classic Italian dish.
Yes.
And I just decided to put a fall twist to it by making it pumpkin. And so I made a pumpkin puree from home by roasting off some pumpkin with some little bit of nutmeg, a little bit of brown sugar, some cinnamon.
Ooh, that looks really
yeah.
good too. And it smells good. You can smell it from here too.
Oh,
now,
yeah.
risotto is like, it's sort of like a rice.
Yeah, it is a rice. It's a Italian short grain rice. I have some right here. But it's high in starch content, which is why we want it for the risotto, because as opposed to a classic dish, it's going to be creamy with a little more starch to it.
Okay.
Yeah. So as opposed to normal dish or normal rice, we're going to cook this with stock, and we're going to stir to promote the release of starches. And it's just going to add for a nice creamy texture to it. We're going to cook the risotto until it gives a nice bite to it. It's not going to be really really smooth when you bite it. It's going to have a nice a tiny hint of bite to it.
I like that. So it just doesn't melt in your mouth per se. You've got to do a little work.
It's got a little texture to it.
Yeah, there's nothing wrong with a little work for your food, and it really is looking good. And this turns the color of it and gives it sort of that pumpkinish color. So that's perfect for the fall. Yep. Here.
So I added in the pumpkin puree. It's going to add that nice pumpkin flavor, the fall flavor that you're really looking for.
All right.
It's also going to give that great hint to it. A little bit more.
A little bit more there, yeah. And this looks very simple to make as well. This isn't a major production, but already it's smelling. I could eat it just like that, I think. And then what else have you got here that we're going to go into it here?
I got some roasted pumpkin pieces that I'm going to add in. That's just I diced up some the pumpkin and roasted it off just like I did with the puree, but I didn't puree it this time. I did some little bit of garlic, some thyme, salt and pepper, and just roasted it like that. I'm going to put that in there. Just it's going to give it nice, when you bite into it, it's going to a burst of flavor. When
a little
you bite
more
into
texture
it.
too, perhaps, and it looks very colorful in there, such as that. And then
I'm going to add in some chopped sage. It's going to give it a nice flavor to it. It's just another dimension of flavor, as well as some Parmesan cheese, which is going to give it a nice texture too, as well as some more flavor.
Oh, this is really looking good. Yeah. And you just sort of stir it up, and you don't have this very hot or anything. It's just
no, I have it on low-medium heat.
Low-medium heat.
Yep.
Wow.
But then you're going to finish with some butter. It's going to give it a nice texture to it. It's going to finish up it's going to give it a really good creamy texture.
Butter, a little fat in there. Oh my gosh! Now, how long from start to finish, preparation to finish, would you say, Matthew, on this? 35
to 40 minutes with the roasting of the pumpkin and everything. The risotto itself will take 15-20 minutes.
Oh, that's not bad at all. And then we're going to dish it up here. You want to make it look good.
Yeah.
We're starting to run out of time here. We're not going to have time to talk about molecular gastronomy, which is a whole nother subject that we want to get Matthew on the show to talk about. It's about edible packaging materials. If that makes any sense to you whatsoever, but take a look at this here. Is that not
garnished with some fresh sage?
Yeah, you want it to really look good. Take a look at that. I don't know if we've got a shot of that. There we go. We'll put it on that camera right there and take a look at it and give you a really close-up shot of that, because that is some good looking something to eat right there. Perfect for fall. Matthew, thank you so much. Let's get Alan here.